Hey, Basket Brains, Kirby here, aka Darkwing Disc. I am a bona fide stud and a certified G, and you can't teach that. Alongside me is Ollie DePina. He is 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest dudes in the room. How's it going, everyone? This is episode 22 of the KO Disc Golf Show. Episode 22 is the Firo episode. Famous players to wear the number 22: Emmett Smith, Clyde Dexter, Clayton Kershaw, and Mike Schmidt. I love that Clayton Kershaw's still pitching, actually. I know he's got kind of his little playoff curse on him, but the fact that he's still doing it and he's kind of underrated, he'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer without a doubt. Famous Red Sox players, or Red Sox players that I really like to wear the number 22: Garrett Whitlock, Rick Porcello, and Willie Mo Pena, who's definitely one of those guys that we all thought was this guy's about to pop off for 300, 350 home runs. And instead, he was out of the league after just a couple of years. So you see it a lot, but it sucks when you see it. Mariners players to wear the number 22. Currently is Brian Wu, who's the number 5 starter, but would be the number 2 starter in most rotations, which is crazy. And then Robinson Cano, kind of interesting that he wore the number 22. He signed with the Seattle Mariners the same year that I moved out to Seattle, which was kind of cool. Ollie, how you doing, man?
Doing good. Been resting, hanging out. Had a good weekend, and with the tournament and everything like that. Good holiday yesterday. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Did some barbecuing and all that, good stuff there. And went on a boat, swam around Lake Washington, and was on a boat with some friends. So it was just a good time.
Yeah, beautiful. So that's cool.
Yeah. Shoulders feeling a little better. The tournament, it was hurting a lot, but I think I'm just giving myself now a little bit of time to not throw and let that heal. And even I really, really wanted to go to Dubs and go and play some other things, but I'm you have to wait.
Yeah.
You're not going to get better if you don't let it rest. So it's been hard, but I'm trying to keep my mind off it for sure.
Yeah, you got to give it time, man.
Yeah. How about yourself, bro?
It's been pretty good. Yeah. Most of my week was consumed with getting ready for the Mountain View. So that was cool. Getting, back home from Virginia and kind of getting the swing of things. I definitely felt a little day behind for most of the week because Monday was just a travel day. So it was funny. Wednesday, my wife was oh, tomorrow's garbage day. And I was just yeah, it is. Oh, crap, So it's been good. I feel, pretty caught up now, which is nice. I want to give a quick shout out to a quick plug to the sponsor of this episode. It's going to be Emerald City Discs. Thank you to them. Thank you for everybody that comes in and checks us out. It's really cool setting up the tent and getting to interact with so many players throughout the weekend. And having Matt with Cravo Organics there as well just kind of made the event feel so much better. I talked to some AMs that came in. This one guy that I was chatting with was saying that he's never played a B tier before. So when he pulled into the parking lot and he saw all the signs and he saw the tent and stuff, he goes, "Oh my God, this is a bigger deal than I thought." And I was just I love that we kind of made you feel that way, because we're trying to make the event feel like a big deal. So that felt really good. We have a disc that I'm going to give away. The Skywalker 2, the Glow FD1. I asked last week what color lightsaber that you would use if you were in the Star Wars universe. And there was one answer that was by far so much better than everyone else's. I was I don't even know that's how it worked, which was pretty crazy. So this is going to go to Austin Myers 22. And his comment was crazy. He said, "I think the Kyber crystal," which, okay, we're
at that point, yeah, you won.
There, the Kyber crystal determines the color of the saber based on the wielder's attributes. I'd probably end up with a blue lightsaber if I could pick one. I'd choose white. Based on your attributes? Oh my goodness! That's awesome. I had no idea. You win the disc for the most well thought out answer though, for sure. So
amazing. Super sweet disc to win too. That thing is looking gorgeous.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I'll reach out to you probably on YouTube and see when we can link up and I can get that to you, or come by the shop and say what's up, and I'll make sure I have it with me, kind of thing. So Nice. And yeah, so we'll get right into the Mountain View Championship review. Um, it was a long couple of days for Brian and I. We were there pretty early and stayed kind of late both days. The alternate layout definitely added, some challenges on as far as like TDing and like that kind of thing, and like just a little extra work on our end. But all in all, I thought it was like a really positive. I got a lot of really positive response from it. We thought it was a really good weekend. All in all, we thought people had a great time. Um, yeah, like I said, a lot of really positive responses. A lot of people came up and they were like, "Hey, this is, um, one of my favorite layouts. I had a lot of fun doing this. We kind of wish that this was like the layout originally, and like this would be the layout for the course, kind of thing." So that was really awesome, and I really appreciate all of that. I definitely got a few not so positive responses to it. One guy in particular, and this was funny. I screenshotted it, and I might throw it on my story later or something because like, it kind of made me laugh. But I've never messaged this guy. I see him, in the disc golf community once in a while, and his message to me was straight up, just, "Are you the one that designed this garbage layout?" And I was just like, "Yep, sorry you're not having fun, man." And like he kind of like gave it to me a little bit, and sent me another couple of messages that weren't very friendly, and I was just like, "All right, man, like, sorry you're not having fun." And then he came up to the tent afterwards, and I was like, "Hey, come here, man." I was like, "Come here, let's talk for a second." And I was like, "What's up, bud? You having a tough day?" I was like, "What's going on?" And McGlinchey was there, and McGlinchey's like, "Yeah, he's been a butt all day." And I was like, "You having a tough one?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's not your fault, man." Kind of. But I was like, "Hey, like, it's easy to like message me, on Facebook and tell me that you don't like what I'm doing and that kind of thing. But like, let's come and like have a conversation about it. Like, come and like tell me like why and that kind of thing." And the people that did come and give us like constructive criticism about ways to make the course like better, like one that I heard that was common that we will try to do in the future is putting some flags down like where the OB lines are and stuff, which is like, hey, that's a very reasonable thing to ask for, and like that's very constructive criticism, which I'm all about. um but yeah, I mean, the couple of the nasty messages were definitely like, okay, like this is fine. So like I said, though, all in all, like I thought it was a pretty positive weekend. What do you think, Ollie? Like what are some of your takeaways?
I was excited to play this layout since the last time that we played it. Playing it in like in the summertime because I knew that first time go around it was kind of like a wetter. Like we had hail that day. It was kind of like a
It's
crazy like weather day. So, it can get out there like that at South Fork. But I was looking forward to like a really sunny way to attack it. But I just feel like I didn't get to give it my like full go at this event, which was kind of a bummer. Like I just remember warming up, feeling really good. Yeah, it's just like I pulled something in my pec, but it's like nothing too like painful, nothing that feels like it's gonna be there for like lingering, but just really achy, really like, and especially like right there, kind of hurt, like really hurting when you extend out for a putt. It's kind of like how I go with it, and then even throwing backhands, like if I'm I throw a lot of those Anheuser to flat releases, which I'm coming kind of yanking
rough.
it. Yeah. So I just kept feeling it. When I was warming up doing the backhands, I was like, "Oh, this is good," and I was like, "I'm feeling so good." And I go and I pick up one of my forehand discs, and I go and throw one forehand. It goes kind of like straight into the ground, and I was like, just in so much more pain after that. And I was like, I just shouldn't have done that, and I kind of should have been a little more to like on myself about not throwing those at all. But I think I kept going back and forth of like wanting to like I really never want ever like drop out of events. I mean, that's different with like health and that, but I was like, if I can find a way to finish, I think I will. Um, and so I was like, my goal is just finishing and like having a good time basically. So we made that happen. I enjoyed the layout. I think adding the different. I think what I liked more on this one than the last one was like the change of the numbering of the holes. So like that order I think was really really key and really it worked out really well. And I like the incorporation of the back hill area and those holes a little more. Um, I think I yeah, I don't have any big problems with any of the course things. I like the Mandos. I think they're fun. Especially the ones that are added with I think they stop you from doing certain plays, so it just, creates more like I just had to think a little differently about some of the things that I had plays on before. But nothing where I like didn't feel like everything felt attackable and like to a certain extent. Like hole 5 is that one water carry hole. I had the it was so good. It was like I got to like the circle 2 spot where you're like over on the left, and I gave it a jump putt and it looked so good the whole way. Hits top left chains, it just spits out, and I was like, I wanted that too, maybe more than any
Mhm.
birdie I've wanted before, just like so I could fruit. Like I was like,
Yeah.
but it was I still enjoyed that. I thought all the holes were fun. It was fun watching. I actually think this was one of the first times I was like, since I wasn't really 100% in it for me, watching other people like throw during the tournament. Like I was kind of like watching Carter's lines, and I was watching you throw, and just watching the different cards around me, and kind of watching that space, which was kind of interesting. And yeah, it was just I was trying to enjoy my time, but I had a good time, sunny day, so that was always fun. But I'm excited to. I would like this to get better so I can kind of get back to working on practicing and doing some things, and
Yeah.
learned the lesson with that and about overworking certain things, and like there's got to be a pitch count at certain
Yeah.
days or something like that. But
No, I mean,
I enjoyed the weekend, and I think the layout was good, curb, and I think yeah, there was one big complaint on the card, I think, on like the hazard on hole 2 with the just wanting it flagged or
oh yeah.
something, just knowing exactly. But like I mean, like they're like, did you practice this? And I was like, did you not practice the
I mean,
layout? I was like, I know where the OBs are still. Like,
yeah.
you can even just walk and go and see them, but I think it's still real, and some people don't have that luxury of being able to do that.
Mhm.
Whether that's they're driving in from further or doing this or that.
Yeah.
I understand that completely, but that was the only thing, and I don't think it even was like a big thing, to be honest. Where it's like I was like, I know where all the OBs are
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
So
I just honestly, I think like as a tournament director, you kind of assume that the players like get out and kind of get some eyes on the course, and like when some players are like, "Oh, I'm playing it blind," it's just like, okay, like that's you put yourself at a disadvantage, I think, because like I don't like playing blind ever personally, like as a competitor kind of thing. I like to like get eyes on the course, walk the course at least, and
have that
throw
preparation when you
yeah,
can. Yeah.
kind of get a feel. There's definitely some holes that like I would like, even though it's like right there in front of you, it's like but getting a feel like for the distance and like that kind of thing, like I think is super beneficial. So um
Yeah.
this tournament was filmed by Fairway Media and Justin Banks. So Brian and I are going to be doing commentary on that on Thursday morning, and that should be coming out before he goes up and does the Crystal Mountain course. So stay tuned for coverage of this. Round 1 was myself, Carter, Ko, and Hotaka, and all 4 of us had just came back from Lynchburg and played in Worlds the week before. So it was kind of a cool storyline for round 1. And then I didn't really see any. I didn't like see too much of like the guys for round 2. I don't, I didn't really see too much of that lead card because I was playing, and then by the time I was done, I was automatically kind of running into like grabbing lunch and then kind of doing other stuff. So I'm excited to kind of check out round 2 and kind of see how these guys kind of tore it up. So gonna go through the winners real quick and give some quick shout outs. Jason Lawson won MPO. Vanessa Stephanie won FPO. Kyle Crabtree won MP40. Ming, no surprise, won MP50. Um, I don't know. We can probably just like mark Ming down for about to have 200 career wins. So I feel like he's
That's
on
so
pace.
cool.
Yeah. Steve Bell won MP60. Jonathan Stuyet, the box squad member, won MA1. So that was really sick. Hannah Keller won FA1. Orion Royster won MA40. Britta Steele won FA40. Tom Roher won MA50. Willie Mead was won by MA60. Corey Parker won MA2, box squad member. He did it with a really sick shot. I had looked down to do some script stuff, and I look up and people are like, "Oh, he almost skipped in," and I was like, "Nice, like good for him," because he did not have a great drive on that final hole there. David Bissell won MA3, and James Kamara won MA4. So congratulations to all of them. Um, One thing that I thought was pretty cool, and I'm going through to double check, there was only one, if that is correct, there's only one tie for first. Outside of that, outside of it was MA or MP50, they tied for first. It was Ming and Chris May, and outside of that, everybody there was no other like big ties for first place. And that honestly, as like somebody who developed that course or kind of designed that, feels pretty good. It means that there was a lot of like scoring variety and like there was people taking numbers on different holes and that kind of thing. So
Oh yeah, if you look at the course stats, it's pretty cool to see. Like there's a lot of different numbers in there, but there's not one hole was not in the MPO field. Not every hole got birdied every like there was nothing like that where it's like, oh, this hole is just like ungettable, or
mhm.
there's like stuff like that. And then with that, like there's like every hole had like this is probably the most holes I've seen with like bogeys as well in like those sections where you don't normally see that. So
Mhm.
pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I designed it with the idea that it would kind of make MPO, and your MA1 people, throw like good shots and like have to hit lines and that kind of thing and make some putts. But I also wanted to make it fair for like your MA4 and your MA3 player, where they could reasonably get up and down for par. If they throw like two like pretty good shots, and like make an okay putt, like there's a par. Or if you just hit this line, like maybe they have a chance at like throwing a big putt for par or for a birdie or something. So I definitely made it with the intent of all divisions being able to play it without like just getting absolutely hammered all day kind of thing. So
Yeah.
yeah. Um, so the Ace Pot for Emerald City Discs for our South Fork landing tournaments is huge. Like huge, like $1,900 huge.
Whoa.
Yeah. So we have another tournament coming up at South Fork called the Iron Man Challenge. It's a
Oh.
3-rounder. So you get 3 shots at hole 3, you get 3 shots at hole 4, you get 3 shots at hole 14. Like, yo, I'm just saying, the Iron Man Challenge 2, like, there's still spots available. Like, people should be signing up so fast.
Yeah, that's gonna go quick. That's gonna go
So
quick. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
it's huge. Ollie, you want to get into the fantasy football stuff?
Yeah, so we got filled up for the year. Oh, right before I do that, I did a Fairway Media commentary with Christian Wolf on for the Ralph Williamson round 1 and 2, and that goes out to the public September 5th. So this is September 3rd, so it'll be 2 days. So look out for that. Was really cool and excited for that. Let me know how I did. I had a couple ups and downs, but I think it came out really well. So,
Cool.
but
Sounds great.
just had to throw that in there. But the fantasy football we got all filled up, so we're gonna be doing our draft tonight. I think at 8 o'clock is what we're looking at.
Hmm.
Um, so we'll be doing the draft with like a 2 minute and a half per pick. So it will be a little quicker. So trying to incentivize like being on like just for the quick hour. So it is just that quick hour, not too many auto picks. But if it does get auto picked, not the biggest deal in the world. We're running a point 0.5 PPR, so point per reception. So wide receivers like wide receiver and running backs that catch the ball a lot. It's a little makes it harder for them to score more points and rewards those guys that don't get those just easy catches that are quick point, making that half point. So, and then the biggest change we're doing, so like the biggest thing to look out for is like we're adding a flex position. That's going to be a second quarterback. So with the 10-person league, that's going to make everyone have at least 2 quarterbacks, possibly 3. So then a lot of quarterbacks are getting filled up and taken. So it's just going to be a little more important in the draft to have 2 quarterbacks selected. But that's the biggest difference in the league. But everything else is pretty standard with that. Yeah, I'm excited. I know a decent, pretty much everyone I think in the group chat, but I'm gonna make sure and message some different people. But really excited to do it. I know we got a couple discs already mentioned, but I'm sure the pot will grow a little bit as the weeks go, and
Yep.
some swag. We get some cool stuff sent to us,
Hmm.
and we're like, oh, let's throw that in there because I think by the end of it, it'll be pretty cool. Pretty cool prize to win
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, for sure. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Like I told you, man, like I don't know too much about football just in general. I haven't played fantasy football in, probably like at least like 10 years. It's been a long time. Um, I am looking forward to it though. I do think it'll be fun. I told you I've been doing some like mock drafts because like I'm just
Yes.
trying to get the feel for like, what's gonna happen, like what am I missing out on? Like, because I don't know anything. So like I don't want to be that like jackass that draft a kicker in like the sixth round and people are like, what? Like, oh my God, So
Hey, if that kicker's your
I
guy,
don't
if that's your league
I'm just
winner,
saying, like, I don't want to be the fool to like do something real dumb. So um I have
I don't
yeah, I've been working on it a little bit. I got some like minor strategies that I kind of want to work through. So yeah.
get. I would say don't go too early for a quarterback, but I think quarterback will actually be pretty. It's more important in this league than it would be any other. So, getting a Mahomes or one of those big guys early could be good, but probably not the first round. You probably want some kind. I don't know. The first round's tough. This is gonna be
Yeah.
fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
literally, I don't know.
this.
I have no expectations. Like, I don't know what other people are going to be drafting. So, like, literally,
Yeah.
just like flying by the seat of my pants here, just like going for it. So,
The app's pretty good too with like the projected next pick, so
hmm
you'll kind of get an idea of like what could happen. But it kind of messes you up when you're so set on something, and then next it's picked right before, and
yeah,
you're like, oh, I don't know what to do
yeah.
anymore. But
Luckily, I don't have players that I'm like, oh, like I really need to get this guy. I really need to get that guy. Like, I don't know anybody, so like I'm good. Um, we have a couple of different ideas on like how we want to figure out like the draft order. Do we want to lock that down now? You want to piece that together?
uh,
What do you
yeah, we could.
what do you
I was
what
the putting videos could be cool. Like send a video like quick 30-second video of like 5 putts, 10 putts, whatever it is. We'll just do like something like that. But I feel like that might be too easy, or we'd get too many of the same.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's
I
also
feel like
tough to ask somebody like, hey, you got like
yeah,
you know
film a video of you putting.
in
Like,
the next
can you
like
film a video of putting real quick?
yeah, I don't care that you're working. You got 8 hours, bud. Yeah,
Um, so I think I'm gonna send a video, or like I'll post a video on like the KO disc golf story of me doing like the random. I'll give everyone's team name a horse or something and do like a horse race online, and post that on there. So we'll decide the draft order like that, and then this sleeper app kind of has a cool little chat. So we don't necessarily need to make a big group chat with that.
hmm
The all the stuff there is pretty cool. So we can use that to chat and different things like that, and we'll become more apparent with the draft starts and everything like that.
yeah. Yeah, I've
Cool.
been going through the app a little bit. It looks great. Appreciate you kind of putting it all together and organizing it for us. Should be fun. Yeah, and this is going to be kind of just like a minor thing that we're not going to dive too far into, but maybe every week, like might talk a little smack. Uh,
Oh
might
yeah.
do like a quick update and being like, so and so looks like they're kind of just like taking over, that kind of thing.
Some of these people are pretty good, and then some of them I know they can be trash talkers.
Yeah.
So this should be a good time. No buy-in always makes it pretty fun,
Yeah.
and still get a reward. So
Yeah. I like a little
should
crap
be
talking.
cool.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're watching this and you're in our league, we definitely encourage like making a video and like tagging us in it and like make a silly video of you like talking trash to everyone else in the league and like we'll be reposting it on all of our stuff because like that's awesome. That's really fun.
It's fun. Yeah, no, I like that. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
I'm also down for side bets too. Like if anybody's
Ooh.
going like week to week with me and they want to like throw something down on the side, I'm in. I'm down for it.
It's my Super Bowl is going to be you versus Luke, because Luke's also not a football guy and it's his first year, so he was like, I kind of in the same boat as Kirby here, and I was like, it's you versus Kirby now.
Yeah.
It's you versus
We'll
Kirby.
have we'll be fighting over the toilet bowl. So
I think on the app too, you can make it so that we're playing for like it'll say like the championship trophy like on the little app, and then there is like a little toilet bowl we'll be playing for.
Yeah.
So that's pretty funny.
Makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, no, really excited. Do you want to go through all the players in the league real quick, and we'll kind of just give everybody a quick shout out for jumping in with us?
Yeah. We got Lucas Cobrea, so that's gonna be the first one. Luke Gent. We got Kirby. We got Gabe Zansberg, my buddy. Team Garden Gnome. I'm not too sure about some of these ones yet. I know one of them is TVA, my buddy Timmy.
Mhm.
Team CL. couple 2-5, 4, 2-3. I think that's going to be Connor.
Oh,
He's a North Parker, Connor. And then Team Conger 206. That's Sean Kong, buddy, from North Park as well. And then we got the OK Fantasy Football Show, which is Toby. Shout out to Toby. I thought that was maybe my favorite name so far. I like to do my names after I draft, and I'll try to like have something with the name. But
yeah,
now, so we're gonna have a good name with that. And then Team Slop Jockeys is the last one.
yeah. I don't know that.
I'm not too sure who that one is. But
Yeah,
well, I'm gonna figure out
yeah,
everyone. Feel free to message. I was just happy everyone joined and got that league filled up pretty quickly. I remember just like looking one day and I was like, oh, we're 9 out of 10, and then next thing I know, it's 10 out of 10.
yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah, that's super sick.
Yeah.
All right, talking about you were saying like how like every once in a while we get some cool stuff. So arriving today, I have the new drop from Discmania, which is going to be like Discmania's version of like a zone, basically. It's coming in like the Color Glow, like Sea Line Glow Plastic or something like that. So I'm super amped about this. They don't release for like another like 10 days or something like that. And I know like the Discmaniacs are like all a buzz about this thing. So I'm pumped. I've always loved throwing the zone back in the day. So the tactic is great. I think it says it's going to be a rounder, more shallow tactic. So, I'm excited though. It should be really, really cool. I also kind of like after my world's debacle, I got a little. I used a bunch of my Discmania like stipend for my contract and just kind of did some retail therapy. So I think I have another like 12 discs coming too that I was just like, I don't know, give me a couple of those, give me a couple of those. I want to mix it up a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna get a bunch of fun stuff in the next couple of days.
That's
About
sweet.
that.
That's sweet.
So Pack X Cup check in. Um, I tried to refresh the page, but they don't have in the Mountain View Championship scores yet. But I did a little math yesterday because I was curious to see like what's gonna come of it. So right now, before the Mountain View Championship, your top 5 people are Caleb Joyner at 470, Jeremy Marsh at 459, myself, Kirby Snyder at 402. Isaac Strom at 399 and Brian Johnson at 393. So with the way the points are all set up, and I kind of did some math, I think after the Mountain View Championship, I'm going to be in first place by a couple of points, or I might be behind Caleb Joyner by a couple of points. But I think he and I are going to be like within 5 to 10 points of each other for the number 1 and the number 2 slot. After this event. Colin should get a pretty good boost. It should bump him probably into like the top 10 at least, I think, which is good for him. Schrock should get a little boost, I think, as well. And Schrock might pop into like the top 5, I think, as well. And Brian Johnson, I don't know if Brian Johnson will get one that pops in there. But it's a close race at the top. I'm not going to be at Crystal this week. I'm taking the weekend off because I don't know, I'm tired. Just kind of want to take a weekend off, to be honest. So be curious to see like what happens if Caleb goes out and pops off in the weekend and gets a bunch of points. He'll probably take over that number 1 slot, kind of without a doubt. If he's not playing, we'll see, after the update, but could be cool. I'd love to go into Otis, with that number 1 slot. I think it's like 3 strokes this year, which is like huge. So,
Wow.
that would be nice. And I like playing Otis. Otis is a place that I can go out and I can feel like I can have a couple of bad holes and still put together like a really stellar round because there's plenty of birdies to be had out there.
There's plenty. Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah, that's our Pack X Cup check-in. I was hoping that would be updated by now, so it was a little less than I would have liked. But, yeah, we'll get right into the draft for this week. The draft is back. We haven't done it in like 3 weeks. I'm excited. It's going to be good. This week is the K draft. Just drafting all things K. Ollie, do you want the first pick or do you want the second and the third?
Give me the 1.
Okay. Ollie's been talking shit like all week. Like he's like got all the draft, he's got this one in the bag. So I'm curious to see how it goes, but go for it.
Well, we were brainstorming yesterday and we got some things going. I think I just wanted to get this one off. I'm not sure if you were thinking about it. I just I there's a couple of big one obvious ones that I maybe could have gone with and I might be messing up with, but I don't know how you can't go wrong with the K draft, the KO disc golf show.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm betting on us, buddy. Number one pick. Let's go.
Wasn't even on my board.
Oh no. So I always think I'm gonna do well, and then it's just I just the worst. I
Wasn't even on my board, man. I'm sorry to tell you.
that's where you're wrong,
Yeah,
because that's number one. We're number one. Come on, bet on yourself.
should
Give out yourself, Curve.
should have been, but was not. That's so funny. My number one pick is Kitten,
Okay, that's on my board. I was thinking about I would. Oh,
bro.
dang.
Kittens, come on.
No, I
Kitten,
know. Ah,
yeah, no, I mean KO Disc Golf Show is solid, but like Kitten was my 1-1 overall, like without a doubt.
well,
So
now I'm curious what your two is, because now I had another 1-1, like a 1B, I
I
guess.
see.
I had a real one, and then I thought of that, and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
goaded.
it.
I'm
Yeah,
goaded.
that's funny. All right, my for the number 3 pick in the draft, I'm gonna pick honestly, I don't love my board. I'm gonna go with this is kind of silly. Kebab. Bro,
That's actually I'm kind of bummed. Now I was like, oh, he didn't pick what I said. Then I was like, oh, what? That's so good.
dude, kebabs are great. Chicken kebab, you get like a steak kebab with some peppers and onions on there. Like it's awesome. I actually like chicken kebabs or steak kebabs that have like onion and then some pineapple and get a little like piece of grilled pineapple like on that kebab. It's nice.
Okay.
So, yeah, what you got for number 4?
All right. This is one I was worried that you would have picked, but I'm glad I get it. Something I enjoy doing on the weekends or at night with friends or even strangers. Karaoke.
Oh, okay, that is pretty good.
I think karaoke, that was going to be my one-on-one, because I was like, like, I don't know, you're out getting with friends, you're with strangers, you can karaoke.
I like
No one's
karaoke.
really there to judge. I enjoy a good karaoke. What's your go-to karaoke song? You got one?
Honestly, I haven't been to karaoke in a really long time because my wife is not she's not a karaokeer. Um,
KO Disc Golf Karaoke Night coming up soon.
Low key though, "Without Me" by Eminem, like I kind
Oh,
of go hard at it. So yeah,
oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. I love that. I love that.
All right, what you got for number 5, bud?
Whew. Number 5. So this is where right after that I kind of wanted to throw in the kittens. I kind of like that one.
Mm-hmm.
So, but good pick from you there. So I'm gonna have to go with this is where I'm a little torn with what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna go with I don't think this is more of a me pick. My favorite mountain, K2.
8.
The mountain K2. It's in Nepal. It's one of the deadliest and largest mountains in the world. It's really really cool. It's one, yeah. I love K2. Go watch some K2 videos. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on mountains and stuff. And
All right, that's cool.
this draft is going.
Yeah,
It's like
didn't
we're having like really good picks and then just reaches, I feel
didn't
like.
see that
But
coming. Yeah, for sure. For number 6, I'm gonna pick. Mm, man, all right, we're gonna full send. We're going with Kiss.
okay,
Yeah, get a little kiss from your loved one or something like that. It's nice.
that's great.
Yeah, a little affection. When you started with like something that you like to do, with like strangers and stuff like that, I was like, if he says kiss right now, I'm gonna laugh so freaking. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like,
You could do it with your friends,
yeah,
strangers.
strangers, like people people you don't know. It's great. All right. For my last pick, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with like something that like 7-year-old me would pick, and that's karate.
Oh, you actually took no. That was on my
Dude,
list.
like 7-year-old me thought karate was like the highest form of being a total badass. So like, yeah, karate.
That was good.
Happy with myself right now.
And now I'm at Even a more of a
Yeah.
crossroad. Well, I either go with like,
I mean, yeah, you can put it out there. Like, I'm
yeah,
done.
I was. I know this is kind of honorable mention. I don't know kimono. I was thinking of, which I just think is such a bad pull.
That's.
No, don't look at
Have
me
you
like
ever
that.
worn a kimono? I hope you have, because that's hilarious. Yeah, we're gonna need to uncover.
I could go get a
Mm-hmm.
kimono. I could rock it.
Mm-hmm.
We could rock it. Khakis, which I was like, I don't even like khakis that
All
much,
right.
but I don't think I'm putting in my. I think they're solid, but I don't know if it's in my draft. And then I was thinking, oh, karate would just be a good one. We're gonna go with knees.
Okay.
I love my knees. They get me where I need to
All
go.
right. Kind of a weird.
This draft was like this.
Yo,
No, but this draft was like this. Great. Okay, great.
and it just, yeah, you kind of went downhill kind of quick.
But you know what? I think it's for interpretation. I think my draft, if people agree with me on these are things that start with K that I like, I guess, or I think we're notable. Like
I don't know, man.
kangaroo, I was thinking of.
Okay. A couple of my honorable mentions: kale.
Oh,
I
kale.
do like
Oh,
cart. Like, I don't know if cart, like with a K. I think that counts. King. I had king on my list. Like,
oh, king.
quick king. I
Oh,
think that was kind of good. Kava and kratom, just because I got, yeah,
sponsor.
sponsors for sure. Kimchi was another one.
Oh,
Yeah,
kimchi. No.
kimchi's a good.
Oh, okay. When we put this up, I'm gonna be very bummed, but I was excited to see what other people
Yeah,
said. But now I'm like, well, okay, I'm taking K2 over kimchi. I don't
that's
care.
wild.
The Mountain K2 is beautiful. Trust me.
Okay, hilarious, bro. Nice, honestly, man. Glad to be back doing the draft. The draft is fun.
Miss the
Yeah,
draft. Miss the K.
totally.
These are fun. I agree, and I'm excited to see Lucas's like. Yeah, I've been missing those.
Zach Johns, he was popping off as some like
Yeah.
college
Oh yeah.
too. I was like, okay.
Uh, yep. So what was your four?
So my four was I had kitten, kebab, kiss, and karate, and you had KO disc golf show, karaoke, K2, and knees.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like when you put them in an order like that, sounds ridiculous.
Let me cook.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Our text yesterday was pretty funny. We went back and forth with a bunch of C words, but replaced them with K's.
Which also didn't help because then when I wanted to think about it, I just kept thinking of C words and just replacing it with K's.
That's pretty fun. Yeah.
Appreciate you all watching episode 22. Super cool that we're on episode 22. Still like it's crazy every time we get to this. Oh, Michael Jordan episode. That's the Jordan episode. Pretty cool. In the next one, 23.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna end it here with the Emmett Smith quote. We are all born naked into this world, but each of us is fully clothed in potential. Aim high, shoot low, and we'll see you next week, folks. Thank you.